What's up, YouTube? It's your buddy MadFox13, and today I'm gonna be telling you, just like you see in that thumbnail and as you see in that title, yes, I'm gonna tell you what to look for whenever you go to purchase a, whenever you go to purchase a motorcycle from Craigslist or even from eBay, which mostly I would stick to Craigslist, not eBay. Stay away from eBay. It's always you have to bid or buy now, but I'm gonna tell you the rules that I was taught and stuff when buying a used motorcycle or even a vehicle. I'm gonna tell you, the good and the bad of buying a used motorcycle and even vehicle, which mostly it's just gonna be about motorcycles. But first things first, number one thing I have always been taught by also family, friends that I have known that buys and sells vehicles and that's actually been through the same thing. I've bought a here, like I said, this ain't new, it's used. And first things first, the number one thing to never do, never buy nothing with a salvage title. It doesn't matter if it's a good deal, if it's a good price, if it's, if it's got all the good bells and whistles and everything, it's got a good body kit and all that, but it's got a salvage title. Stay away from those. Stay away from salvage title vehicles, because this is the one thing about it. If you purchase something that has a salvage title, it's going to come back to bite you. Because I have been down that road. I purchased a truck a long time ago that had a salvage title. It was, I thought it was going to be okay, but I had nothing but problems. And when it came time to get rid of the truck, it was a nightmare. If you go, it's going to be a nightmare to go sell. So just stay away from those type of vehicles. And first thing, you want to do before you even go and look at the bike, you're scrolling up and down on Craigslist, you see a bike, it's got a good looking fairing kit onto it, but this is the thing about it. Once you click on there and stuff, it shows only one picture and it doesn't show no other pictures. Don't fall for some of these things. Some of them are scams. Some people just, even if there's multiple pictures and stuff, always make sure that the person has a phone number on there too. So when you contact them, you can ask them stuff if they can send you some more pictures of it. Other parts that's not in their Craigslist ad. And if they come up with some kind of excuses or anything, then beware. There's always scams going on, because people can just go on Google and screenshot images or even take pictures of other people's motorcycles or other Craigslist ads and put them on their ads. So beware of that. But you go and you find a good deal and stuff on a motorcycle, and you decide that you're gonna you want to go meet this person and stuff. Don't go and tell them stuff a price, which, don't go try to make a deal and stuff in the pricing, Wait until you get there to check out the bike first to see what you want to, how much and stuff you're going to give for the bike, try to negotiate. Now, when you go to buy the motorcycle, make sure to bring somebody with you. Do never go somewhere to meet somebody to look at a vehicle, a motorcycle, truck, car, anything. Never go by yourself. Take a friend or family member with you. Do never, ever, on any circumstances, go by yourself, because things can happen. Like I said, it could also be a scam too, or it could be a setup, or they could be, also too, if you can, find a family member or friend that has a motorcycle license, because you want them to, or even if you have a motorcycle license, you want to make sure that you take the motorcycle, you know, if you go and you got cash in hand, people should not mind stuff, or you just ask them stuff. Yeah, can I just take it right down the road or right down the street and stuff for a test ride, and just see how it rides? Because if they say, oh no, you know, there ain't no test rides, you know, you better definitely a heads up. That is a warning right there that something's not right. But you know, you do. This is the thing about it. How you can also spot if a bike has been laid over or if there is something wrong. The things to spot. Okay. For instance, y'all remember my first video? If you don't and stuff, go check it out. When I first got the bike and stuff, when I got this bike right here, this part right here of the fairing on the old fairing stock fairing kit was broken because the person I bought it off of laid the bike over. He was he was honest. He did tell me and stuff, and he was honest with me about it, what all happened. So this is the things too and stuff. You can go and buy. You can get on Amazon or eBay. You can go and buy an aftermarket fairing kit and make it look all like brand new. But there's a way how you can always spot. There's other ways how you can spot if a motorcycle has been laid over. I mean, they can do their best and stuff to do everything. I mean, always a fairing kit and stuff, no matter what, no matter how good you take care of your bike, no matter if you baby it or whatever, the fairings are always going to get scratched. There's nothing you can do about little scratches. Deep scratches, on the other hand, then you'll know definitely something's up. But like I said, you can change. It doesn't cost that much just to replace put a fairing kit on there and take the old fairings, get rid of them, slap a new one on there, get the stickers and stuff, the logos and everything, the decals, and put them all on. You can make these things look just like how the ones do. But this is another thing. If you see right here, there is a frame slider right where you put the frame sliders in. I believe that's a T-Rex frame slider right where you put it in. The puck part, the part that actually sticks out, that's how you can tell and stuff. If you see something like that and you don't see the actual slider sticking out, ask these questions to the people. Say, hey, well, I see that there's a bracket deal for a frame slider. Did you happen to, what happened to that? I mean, has the bike been dropped? Then if they come up with an excuse and stuff, then you know something's up. And another way how you can tell, the turn signals. I mean, as you can see and stuff, these turn signals are scratched up a little bit. And that's another way how you can tell. The shifter, you can see that it's been bent a little bit that way, even though I've tried to bend it back a little bit. I've tried my hardest not to bend it to break it, but it's been bent in. That's another way how you can tell the bike was laid over before I bought it. And just like the fairing kit, you can replace that. You can always put another one on. Just like the stock tailpipe, which, I got rid of the stock tailpipe. I didn't like it or anything, The stock tailpipe was all, it was scraped up and everything. And, I was like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to replace it anyways. But also, too, another thing is, even the brake lever, you can tell that way if it's been laid over because it'll be pushed in. I mean, these, once you go down, these will pop up once, or unless they're going to dig into the ground. Another thing, too, is just right here, I mean, I've took a little bit of paint and went over it, but I don't know if you can tell right there, it has been scratched. So right there too and stuff, that's right where it's been scraped too. And, look for these things. And, also too and stuff, I replaced the tires because the tires looked like they was, I wanted to replace them, put new tires on because, if I buy a used vehicle, I don't like keeping the tires onto it because I don't trust those tires. I always like having brand new tires. But another thing too, always look at the chain, because if a person takes good care of their chain that you're buying the motorcycle from, then you won't have to worry about nothing. But sometimes people will just they won't take care of the bike. They won't lube and clean. They won't clean and lube the chain. They won't do any maintenance on the chain to make sure everything's all good. Even like right here, with the back wheel sprocket, there's a deal that's called some people call it shark tooth and some people call it shark fin. It looks like either how actual shark's fin looks or shark tooth, or even like how a buzzsaw, how an actual buzzsaw and stuff, how the blades look. And once you, if your sprocket gets like that, or it gets like teeth, like looking like little toothpicks, those teeth right there, if they get so thin they look like little toothpicks, you're going to have to replace that chain and that sprocket. And just, always be aware of everything. For instance and stuff, mostly, I have never known anybody and stuff that ever wanted to keep the back fender and stuff. But, always make sure and stuff, do all your research and everything. Even ask them. This is another thing too to ask about. Always ask them, when was the last time they had the oil? When was the time they changed oil? Did they change it themselves, or did they have somebody change it? And if they say and stuff, somebody else changed it for them, ask them if they have any which place it was, when it was and stuff that they had it done. Always look into things, make sure. And this is the thing about it. Even if they don't have a manual and stuff and everything, you can look everything on. You can get. There's apps out there, or it doesn't even cost that much to get a little manual and stuff from Amazon. But definitely do your research and stuff into the bike that you're buying first. Look at everything, make sure what you need to look for on the bike, if they've changed things onto it. Just always be aware of things, because like I said, there are scams that always happen out there, and you do not want to go through something like that. There's always people, and definitely always make sure you're not buying a bike that is stolen, because there are people out here that they steal bikes, they take the fairings and everything, gas tank, they'll take everything, strip it down, make it look like a whole different bike. And that's something you have to watch out for too, because if that bike has been reported stolen, and it's not it's the same color and everything, then trust me, you'll be paying for the bike. And also too, another thing about it is you won't get to keep the bike if it was reported stolen, because the thing about it is you can't keep the bike and stuff if it was reported stolen and you bought it from somebody that stole it. You're not going to be able to keep it. You're going to have to give it back to the owner, or the police are going to seize it, and then you're definitely going to be in stuff out a whole lot of money. And also too, you'd have to prove and stuff that it was them that done it, not you. But also too and stuff, make sure and stuff that whenever you when you buy a motorcycle, make sure and stuff whenever everything's working properly onto it, because you do not want to have to put it in a shop or have to fix a whole lot of stuff onto it. You know, I mean, here, the Ninja 300, it's a good beginner's bike. I will advise this to anybody and stuff for your first bike. Do not go buy a brand new bike. Definitely get yourself a used bike if you're a beginner. If you're starting to start out riding motorcycles, if you're just a beginner, or even if you're wanting to start back like how I'm doing stuff, you know, start back from the bottom and working your way up to much more high, you know, to get much more better skills. You know, just you know, start out with a used bike. Then once you get used to it and get your skills up, then later on down the road, then get you a new bike. Because this is the thing about it. You don't want to go buy a brand new bike and then accidentally drop it or anything like that and be like, oh man, seriously, I just dropped my brand new bike. Yeah, don't do that. Don't waste time and stuff going and buying a brand new bike unless you, I mean, if you want to go buy a brand new bike, that you can do that. But if you're a beginner and stuff, like how I'm starting to be out again to start getting my motorcycle skills back, you know, start with something used. Start with something that's low. The Ninja 300 is a good beginner bike. The next size up and stuff that's a good beginner bike is a Ninja 400. You know, even just like the Ninja 250, all three of them are good beginner bikes. But, you know, like I said, stick with something that you're going to be riding and stuff that you're going to be getting used to before you go to get a bigger bike or even a new bike. Because, you know, just get used to leaning and everything, because trust me, these things are not like a Harley. You know, they are not like, you have to lean, you have to do different things, you know. But until next time, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and as your buddy Mad Fox 13 always says, sayonara.